Hey, how's it going, folks? We got another game on Civil Frontier, a little bit of Force Commander versus Chaos Sorcerer action here. Kingfisher is rocking the FC. We got RLTyger rocking the Chaos Sorcerer. I like this matchup. A lot of people have a lot of different things to say about it. Personally, I know it's a bit contentious, but at high level, I think this matchup heavily favours the Chaos Sorcerer. However, at low level, you'll often hear people saying that the Chaos Sorcerer gets bullied pretty hard by the FC. And basically that comes down to the fact that the FC himself is more or less unkillable in the early game. Your heretics don't do anything. He uses Battlecry and he will kill them in like 2 special attacks. CSM do shit DPS by default. He's too tanky. But yeah, I don't think it matters. You just ignore the FC, he doesn't do that much damage. I mean, he is quite annoying, because like these pistol shots are actually not inconsequential. You know, his pistol just killed a bloody heretic. And then he Doom Blasted. The Doom Blast there is a mistake, as well. But yeah, this is the issue now. Really good special attack, boom, heretics get sent flying. CSM just aren't able to output enough damage, and this FC is stalling for ages. Now usually you want tactical marines with the FC while this is happening. They just output so much damage. CSM should be able to fall back to the garrison here and are fine, and the FC will be forced off, and it's not too big of a deal. But yeah, Kingfisher hasn't actually gone for tax, he's gone for triple scouts, and I actually really like this from Kingfisher. So because he's gone for triple scouts, obviously that means he's got a lot more requisition available. So he's immediately gone for this power, noded it, and he's immediately gone for a gen. Could get another gen here, probably would be wise given that he's chosen to buy 2 shotguns right out of the bat. So I'm curious to see what he does next. If he's not getting a generator, is he saving up for like Devastators or something? I don't know, maybe he's saving up for another upgrade, maybe a war gear. FC was forced off. So CSM come out, and they'll do okay against the scouts with shotguns, but they need a bit of support basically, because chaining the knockback here will actually lead to a CSM model being lost. Unfortunately, it looks like these scouts aren't properly in cover. Ooh, and that poor fucker gets wrecked. Those bolters. Not any good juicy targets for the sorcerer with the doom bolts right now, really. Scouts are very mobile, and the fact they're light infantry, you basically do as much damage to scouts as you do tactical marines with your doom bolts, which is always a bit disappointing. On that basis, I would like to see the teleport armor of the sorcerer just counter all these scouts. Oh, really sloppy play from Kingfisher there. Actually ends up losing one of his shotgun scouts. Now FC has seen the noise marines. I think the FC should get the bubble shield to counter these cacophony plays. Kingfisher's got a lot of power, so he should be fine. So he actually went for the ASM, which explains why he didn't drop any further gens down. That's alright. I mean, I wonder if the ASM was a reaction to the noise marines or if it was planned in the first place. If it was planned, then his build is logical. I'm not saying it's good, because I don't think you should ever really be getting no attacks against the CS, but it's logical at least. And when I say it's logical, what I mean is it's economically optimal given the fact that you started with triple scouts, right? He couldn't economically make his ASM come out any quicker. Oh, brutal damage here from the Doom Bolts into a CSM, and the scouts drop again! What are you doing, Kingfisher? He's lost both of his shotgun scouts, just like that! And now these aspiring champion heretics are out in the field, and there's no shotgun scouts to counter them. So the only real counter is the battle cry from the Force Commander, but that means he has to babysit the ASM, which is not really ideal. Now, unfortunately for Tiger, he's completely forgotten to build his gens, which is fair enough. This is clearly not Piano versus Vindicare kind of skill tier of game, but Tiger, yeah, okay, he's getting on it, he knows what he's doing. I really do question why he hasn't built 3 gens here, given that he has 400 requisition still. He clearly had over 600 a few seconds ago, so that's a bit strange, Tiger. Tiger, just get your node and build the damn gen. What are you waiting for? You're not going to get the power for Raptors or like that anytime soon. Doesn't make sense. You should be rebuilding the gens anyway. He isn't. He's focusing on trying to get a gen bash, which is fair enough. But it's shut down pretty hard actually. The ASM jumping on the Noise Marines. The Aspirant Champion Heretics weren't really there to counter-initiate, which is a shame. And we actually see the Sword of Flame. I'm guessing he's got that to try and counter-initiate the ASM a little bit better, which is fine. Cool to see the 4-man Heretic squad just going around capping. Obviously, models, they only cost upkeep. Sorry, units only cost upkeep based on the amount of models in the squad, so the fact that he's running around those heretics with only 4 models means he's actually paying half the upkeep he would if they were running around capping cards with 4 models. So, you know, it's a little bit risky, but is it that risky? You know, I feel like the main threat to things like heretics in this matchup is a cheeky close-range grenade that you weren't watching because, you know, they came out of infiltration and you were looking elsewhere. And whether you've got 4 models or 8 models due to the formation of heretics, they're going to get wiped by that grenade. So I like that play from Tyger. The play that I don't like is the fact that he took so long to build his gens. And to be honest, with Kingfisher dropping both of his shotgun scouts early on, I think this game basically should have been over. Tyger should have won this in tier 1. But it's not going to happen now because he's delayed this on tier 2 for so long. So now he's getting... Wow, this is like the biggest tier 1 ever from Tyger.
The enemy is capturing one of our strategic points.
Okay, he cancelled the AC on the other Heretic squad. I think that's wise. Really don't think you need 2 ACs. You know, one of them has to go around capping, right? Unless the Space Marine's doing some crazy huge tier 1 and he's just constantly pressuring to burn down your entire gen farm. Then just have 1 AC, keep them near the Noise Marines to counter-initiate, and then use your basic Heretic squad to actually cap them out. That was not a wise Doom Bolts. He needed to get into melee as soon as possible. Okay, the Heretics taking a fight against ASM next to the battle-crying Force Commander is generally ill-advised. ASM should jump out though. If they retreat, they're going to risk losing a model. Okay. That was very risky, but they managed to get out without losing anything. And at this point the FC is developing quite a lot of experience. Havoc comes out to try and control the FC, I imagine. And the nice thing there is that if there's a Havoc on the field, the ASM need to jump that, then the Noise Marines are a bit more free. But what the Space Marines should do is have ASM jump the Havoc, Force Commander chases the Noise Marines, ideally with the Iron Halo, so that the cacophony can't knock them over. Once again, Noise Marines coming out on the bash. I mean, I suppose as you would expect at this point, Tyger is dominating on map control because he's got such a huge tier 1 in comparison to Kingfisher. But it does mean, due to all the expenditure that Tyger got out, he is actually behind in tech a little bit. I mean, honestly, the expenditure isn't even a problem. He would have been ahead in tech if it wasn't for the fact that he forgot to put down his gens. So we'll see how this Razorback rush, in sort of quotation marks, does.
Understood.
Oh nice, dropping down some more attacks. I like this play a lot actually. I really like this play. Because Kingfisher's so behind on units, he just needs more field presence. Get them out nice and fast. Is he going to go straight for a gen bash? He is, with a plasma gun. Okay. I'm going to say it'd be... Well, I don't know. You could get the Flamer still, I think. I think securing this bash is valuable enough. Knowing that the Razorback's coming out to support you, you should be able to get the bash, but... The plasma gun's great. Great against Chaos. I do question whether it's actually really effective here, though, given that there's only 1 CSM, no Raptors. I know it's obviously does decent damage against the Noise Marines and the Havocs, but they naturally should be counterplaying them anyway, because the Havoc suppresses you and the Noise Marines will get Blastmaster and you'll never be in range. So I think Stern Guard would actually be better here. because Stern Guard would obviously do more damage to the Bloodletters, which are the real threat, the Heretics, and the CS. But anyway, we don't see that. But we do see a Razorback, and Bloodletters cannot counter the Razorback, at least if it keeps moving. Very, very brave from Kingfisher here, driving his Razorback so close with the Infiltration Worship. He should expect that there is some sort of AV. Is that a last cannon? Yeah. So now the Razorback is snared. And what he can do is, when the Razorback tries to flee, you run your Chaos Sorcerer up, and then you use the Warp Global, and when the Razorback's here, say your Sorcerer's here, it will teleport the last cannon here, and he can get another shot. So there was no way that that Razorback was getting out, and that was a really nicely set up little ambush there by Tyger. I've just noticed the VPs, guys. Somehow, Tyger, in spite of having apparently way better map control it seemed to me in Tier 1, he's really far behind on the VPs. 400 VPs to Kingfisher, to just over 200 for Tyger. This is something that he really needs to address. Honestly, not sure why the Bloodletters phased out of existence there. They could have easily handled the Tactical Marines in melee there. A little bit strange. Wow, we see Corn Marines too. This is mad. Corn Marines, please don't try to capture the requisition point in front of plasma attacks. That was a very bold jump by the Bloodletters. Okay, Tyger, it's time to get back onto the VPs. I think VPs need to be the priority of the Wreck and the Power right now, given that he is now approaching 150 VPs really quick. It's 400 VPs for Kingfisher. Blood Crush coming out for Tyger, that's nice. Yeah, I mean, compositionally right now, Tyger's in a dominating position, but wow, the VP is going to be a problem. Especially when you play Chaos. Chaos is such an immobile faction. That is helped by the fact that the Sorcerer could get the Teleport Armor, but he's actually opted for the Demon Armor, which, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't feel like there is an overwhelming amount of range DPS out right now that you want the Demon Shield particularly much. And what else are you using your energy on? Like, do you want to spam Doom Bolts against this army? It's not really going to do that much. I don't like the Demon Armor. Honestly, I think the Sorcerer at this point should just be side-capping constantly, contesting the Scouts, obviously, to get VP control. VPs are the priority. Okay, Blood Crusher charges that Force Commander. Force Commander cannot knock over the Blood Crusher, so the Blood Crusher is really nice, effective DPS against the FC. Blood Crusher at the moment is just sort of derping around. Corn Marines are getting some good value onto the ASM. Corn Marines lacking their Aspiring Champion does hurt quite a lot actually. Aspiring Champion not only does more damage than the other Marines, but he has more HP as well. Oh my god, I can say that retreat was really premature. But he actually got the wipe somehow, in spite of it. So once again, Kingfisher, man, he is really just getting wrecked in the fights, but he's winning on the VPs. And I really do wonder why Kingfisher hasn't got the Iron Halo on the Force Commander here. So many instances in which he's been getting knocked over by Noise Marines, that Iron Halo would have been brilliant. Force Commander got quite lucky there, actually proccing 2 of the weapon knockbacks from the Thunderhammer's special effect. Doom Bolts on a Force Commander. Tyger, do not do that. That's terrible.
Our Force Commander has reached level 5.
Wow, really lucky there that they procced the special on the Sorcerer. One more melee attack would have wiped him. Okay, time to worship and get that Blood Crusher healed and onto the tax. Really overextending here. Just worship, what are you doing? Thank you. This is the great thing with the Blood Crusher. The ability to give it such heals even though it's moving around. So powerful. Definitely should not be trying to gem bash with this Blood Crusher right now. There is no support for it, you don't know what's coming out. You know that Kingfisher doesn't have a lot of units, so there's quite a high possibility that something scary is going to be coming out, and we do indeed see a Dreadnought. Unfortunately, there's not really anything that does crazy damage at range here, so the Blood Crusher should just be able to charge out, but it's derping around. That was a really poor reaction from Tiger. Basically throws away the Blood Crusher for no reason.
Understood.
I don't really understand what caused that one. Really good use of the last cannon from Tiger, I will give him that. He's been positioning it very nicely. Not sure why the Core Marines are prioritising the Scouts, should have always been the other way around. Oh, attacks do not want this fight, with and they shouldn't enough here or not. Yeah, these Core Marines actually have their aspiring champion now. Core Marines are really good at retreat killing, way oh my god, I can't speak. Way better than the Bloodletters, because they've got an actual useful charge, and they've got sidearms that do a lot of damage as well, but actually get knocked over by the Dreadnought there, and it secures the retreat of those tactical Marines.
We have 300 points remaining.
But yeah, looks like things are swinging around for Tiger. Kingfisher actually floating an absolute shitload of resources. I think at this point, Kingfisher should get some Stern Guard. I think they'd be really nice. I wouldn't get a Razorback because it just... If Tiger got Plague Marines right now and Kingfisher gets the Razorback, then Tiger's composition is just going to dominate Fisher's. With Corn Marines and Bloodletters, it's going to be so hard to counter-initiate. No. It's going to be so easy for Tiger to counter-initiate the any ASM or the Force Commander. Force Commander is actually down at the moment as well. Seems like he would be a better purchase.
Understood.
Oh, this is a mistake. What is he doing? Greedy. That's what you have Sigil of the Rift for. See those plasma guns putting in some huge work there from the Con Marines. Very effective. Alright, it is the double vehicle play for Kingfisher. Let's see how it goes. Oh, we got some spare attacks as well. Cool. Let's make them some Stern Guard. And then I think he actually has a decent composition. And that's partially caused by the fact that Tiger went for tier 3. But it's alright for Fisher because there's only 114 VPs left for Tiger, so if he can put on enough pressure now before some crazy tier 3 shit comes out, he can actually win on VPs. But he needs to start making some plays. Yeah, probably going to see some Stern Guard, I like that. Wow, that was unlucky. It's like all the damage was going onto that one model there. Look at the Blastmaster, man. One shot doing all that damage to the Razorback. Now, the Razorback does actually react in good time, though, flanking the Blastmaster, and he can't do much there. Go. That should be a dead Razor. Oh! It was just blocked by this tree at the right time. The stupid Havoc wasted its shot on some tacks. That is really unfortunate, not gonna lie. Bloodletters and the Sorcerer trying to take on the Force Commander here is an awful engagement. Once again, I would just raise the question, why don't you get the Iron Halo? This Force Commander is level 6 right now with 175 HP. The Iron Halo would be nuts. I mean, it's like 800 extra HP for him at this point. You see how hard he is to kill.
The enemy is capturing one of our victory points.
Well, you know what? Fair play to Tiger. In spite of all this pressure, he is actually holding on quite well to the VP. So even though the FC is capturing the mid VP, he's actually decapped the top VP with some heretics. So annoying. And Fisher's focusing too much down here right now. That Razorback should be going up and forcing off those attacks. That's a way bigger priority than taking this wreck point. I don't think Fisher realizes that Tiger has tech to tier 3, but he should, because these Bloodletters and the BC came out really early in tier 2. Tiger bought a lot, sorry, Fisher bought a lot after that point. This is one of the strangest players I've ever seen in my life. I don't know why he was walking the Dreadnought into base there, that's absolutely bizarre. And it looks like we never even got the Stern Guard either. This is a very strange game, guys. Very strange game. And now Tiger is going to drop in the Terminators, and I am not sure what Kingfisher can do here against this. You know, to be honest with you, I would completely double down at this point and go for a Lightning Claw Terminators. Fuck it. And then I get Plague Marines.
Our force commander has gained.
Because you don't even need to kill the vehicles at this point, you just need to get on the VPs. This is a VP game. Lightning Claws will tear anything up that tries to cap the points, and of course it gives them a HP buff as well. He's going for the autocannon. I mean, it's fine, it works, it doesn't really matter to be honest at this point. He can go for whatever he wants, it's going to be fine. But just get the Terminators on the point. Cap. Tiger, you alright, mate? Why don't you cap the point? He's even got the Demon Shield to put on the Terminators, so they're not... I don't see how Fisher's going to be able to deal with these Terminators here. All Tiger needs to do at this point is hold these two VPs here, which the Terminators can easily rotate between, and he's just going to win on VPs. Absolutely mental game this, I can't believe it. Kingfisher opening with triple scouts was one thing. Upgrading the shotguns super early before getting a tier 1.5 unit, and then proceeding to lose 2 squads of shotgun scouts in tier 1. Mental game. That Dreadnought play as well, walking it into base, that was very weird. Maybe it was bugged. There is sometimes a bug you get with the walkers where it walks into base, but honestly, I don't know how much of a difference it would have made. I guess it could have made some difference, you know, like autocannon Terminators, they would suffer quite a lot against the melee Dreadnought. But then the Havocs obviously just protect them from the rear, but then at the same time you have the Force Commander to charge in and just type the Havocs, so... I don't know. It is quite hard to say. Razorback just flanking the Noise Marines here, expected to come this way and get the killing blow. This Razorback has been skirting with death for so long. Again, if the Force Commander had the Iron Halo here, this would be amazing, because these Terminators would take forever to kill him. They're already taking forever when the plasma attacks are contributing. This is not a good fight. This is why, again, I think the Lightning Claws would have been better. They would have ripped this Force Commander up ages ago. Yeah, there's no time for him to cap. CS just wipes out the scouts on top. Yeah, Kingfisher wasn't paying attention. Look at that sync kill. I love that sync kill. Really cool sync kill. Good old Chaos Sorcerer. Alright guys, well that was a game. That was Tiger versus Kingfisher. You know what, I might have to start doing Middling Mondays because, man, I'm already getting Middling Mondays kind of replay quality. We'll see. Just been slacking on recording a lot of the replays, so... whatever. We'll see what replays we get for the next patch. I'm just clearing up all the replays from the last patch. I think we'll have probably one more week worth of uploads after this replay comes out, and then we'll be on to the new patch. So hopefully some nice high level games then. But thank you for tuning in, folks. That is going to be all from your boy, Torpid. We came a long way, and I'm signing out.